Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. Welcome if you're new, welcome if you are returning. I'm gonna hop right into today's video. I do want to say, y'all, I feel like I look a mess on here. I know y'all probably gonna say I look okay. I appreciate it in advance, but I know I look a mess. But I wanted to go ahead and get a video up just because it has been a couple of days. The last couple of days have been completely insane. My daughter ended up getting in a car accident. By the grace of God, she is okay. I'm just gonna say this accident could have been a lot worse than it was. And by the grace of God, she is okay. God definitely protected my baby. She shook up, of course. This was her first car accident. Her car is not okay. It's probably not going to be okay. We think it's pretty much done for, but we still have to wait for them to send the adjuster out to look over it. But just based on the amount of damage that was done, my car was involved. My other car was involved in an accident a couple of years ago, and that was pushing around $9,000 worth of damage. And mine is nowhere near as like her. My other daughter wrecked my car a couple of years ago, but that's what happened with that car. And like I said, mine was just like front bumper was kind of like removed and like a fog light and stuff like that. Nothing too severe, and that was 9,000, pushing 9,000. And her car is so much more, like there's so much more damage to it, y'all. I'll probably like post pictures. When I say I'm not gonna cry, I'm definitely not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. So let's talk about something else. Let's just go ahead and get into today's video so I don't cry thinking about her accident. But the most important thing is she is okay, just really shook up. So I've spent the last couple of days on the phone with insurance, the car repair center, what do you call it, car collision center, insurance, tow truck people, and I'm just like mentally drained. Let's get into today's video because I've chatted with y'all the last 2 minutes about this and I have said nothing. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about a serious matter because I feel like I get this a lot in my comment section. I do have people, believe it or not, that still do not understand the need to stockpile, to just make sure that you are just preparing your home to the best of your ability. A lot of people think that nothing's going to happen or what's the point of this. I had somebody actually say, I'm just going to go to work and pay my bills and not worry about stocking up food. And it's like, okay, like if nothing else, it's not even about the election. It's because obviously a lot of us have been preparing before that. It's just about what's going on in the world. And I honestly just said, were you not around for 2020? Were you not around for 2020? There was panic buying, there was hoarding of like toilet tissue. But again, a lot of people back then, they were clearing off the shelves of food and things like that. But still, at the end of the day, there was a need to have food in your home. There were stores that were out of, low on stock. Trucks weren't moving like they should have been, because of different reasons. And it was just hard to get food, like just basic hygiene items. Like those were hard to come by. And a lot of people are so there's a misconception that the grocery store is always going to be available and that it's going to have everything that you need. But I don't think that people take into account that the average grocery store only has a few days worth of food. So yeah, you're going in there, and even if your store is full of canned goods and breads and pastas and things like that, that can be cleared out pretty quickly. It wouldn't take that long. If there were any reason for lockdown or anything like that, people can clear out that store shelf quicker than you could probably already make it to the store. So I think people really need to remember that, and that's the point of stockpiling and bringing in those extra items into your home. If you don't want to prep, I don't know what to tell you at this point. It's like, do y'all, and I guess I can't say that because I do understand that not everybody has a relationship, or not everybody has even read the Bible, or even opened the Bible or read parts of the Bible. So maybe that's part of it too. But there are people in the Bible that prepped. I mean, this is nothing new. It's like almost a foreign concept. I mean, Joseph prepared. There were so many different people who prepped and prepared their families and things in the Bible, and yet nobody thinks about it. We've had major hurricanes that have hit and devastated areas, and these people still are without running water. Like, it's not being talked about a lot anymore because it happened in October. So, and that's something else that I'll probably do. I'll probably try to see if I can find any like current stories in regards to this. But there's a lot of places that don't have running water, and the places that do have running water, it's not necessarily that you can like use that water. So there is another woman on here. She's awesome. She's got a YouTube channel on here, and she lives in Asheville, and I talked to her, and all that her water had returned. It wasn't even so that she was able to use that water. Like, she has to take her little one somewhere else to even give him a bath. So it's just things like that that people don't always think about. So we can't prepare for everything, right? Because even if we had running or bottles of water, there's only so much you can do when it comes to being able to bathe and things like that. But we do prep in hopes that we are able to at least sustain ourselves for a while until things like return a little bit to normal, if that's even a thing, or just like some sense of normalcy returns after a major event like that. So this is why we prepare. I feel like I'm always beating a dead horse sometimes when I try to talk to people and tell them the importance of it. I think some people just turn a blind eye, think that you never have anything to worry about. I want to talk about real quickly. I'm going to hold you guys up for like another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to let you go, I promise. I don't like making super long videos because I feel like people's attention span isn't like it used to be. And I know that you guys have lives as well, so I do appreciate if you're still watching this part of the video. So this is something that's going on in Jerusalem, and I don't know if you guys see what's going on in Gaza and everything, but they are doing food drops, like helicopter food drops, and men, women, children are rushing out to these supplies that are being dropped in hopes of bringing just a little food home to their families. There was one gentleman that had 4 kids at home. He went to the supply drop, came back with an empty bag, had to go tell his wife and 4 kids that there was not going to be any dinner tonight. And what happened was he got there along with other people, but there was another family that beat everybody there first, and they had weapons, and because they had those weapons, they pretty much would fire them off and to keep everybody at bay and from coming. So that entire family was able to take that food from other people. This is something that can happen anywhere. We see what's going on, and we think because it's so far away and that it's in a foreign country that it just cannot happen here. But anything can happen anywhere at any time. It doesn't even have to be as severe as this. It's just the fact that you may not have access to food, and the things that people do over food and for food and to get food for their families, you never know what's going to happen. So if you don't have to be out there in the chaos of things like that, this is the reason why you prep. So I'm going to go over this story really quick, and then I'm going to get off of here. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything that I discussed, if you want to, down in the comment section. In the northernmost part of Gaza for the past month, tens of thousands of Palestinians under Israeli siege are rationing their last lentils and flour to survive. Y'all, last lentils and flour to survive. And some are even risking their lives to venture out to search for cans in the rubble of destroyed homes. Malnutrition is a huge issue right now. There is one hospital that reports seeing thousands of children suffering from malnutrition. A nutritionist even said that she treated a pregnant woman that was 88 pounds. You guys know, if a pregnant person is 88 pounds, I mean, I know some people are still small or on the smaller side when pregnant, y'all, but 88 pounds is tiny. There are experts from a panel that monitor food security, and they're saying that famine is imminent in the north or may already be happening. And it says that the growing desperation comes as the deadline approaches next week for a 30-day ultimatum the Biden administration gave Israel. So that is a huge issue, guys. We don't have to be in a war zone for things to happen. It can just be a natural disaster that happens. And you know how people are always running to the store panic buying toilet tissue, eggs, bread, and milk. Y'all, I know those items are the craziest things. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. You guys take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video.